All right, and welcome back to the Shizzo. And we got a fun night coming up tonight. I'm going to be filming a few videos, and the first video I'm going to be filming right now is on wrestling. So we're going to work our way through that, and we're going to get through it together. Okay, we got to go through the tough stuff first before we get to the fun stuff. All right, so together, I think if we just settle down, relax, and have some patience, I think together we'll be able to get through the wrestling portion of the videos tonight, and then we can start having a little bit of fun. We'll move away from the wrestling. And I got a bunch of fun social media stuff I've stumbled upon, and I think we can have a lot of fun with. And I do have, and we'll come back. I actually have a couple fun, light, small wrestling things that I want to cover that are actually more fun. But this one, we're starting off with something that. I don't know. Wrestling in general is a little tough to talk about and get through, but we're gonna do it together. Together, we can get through it. Okay. So the first topic I have today is, for the first time ever, I'm gonna be going over AEW. Have you heard of this? AEW, All Elite Wrestling. It's the current top competitor to the WWE, and it's an interesting product. It's not really good, but it's interesting, and it's on national TV, so it's worthy of being talked about. And there's also a good reason why I wanted... okay, yeah, I'm recording. There's a good reason as to why I want to start covering AEW, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, without any further ado, let's get to the topic at hand. Okay? So, this is about, again, this is AEW, and we're going to be talking about the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks and AEW and their beef with Darby Allin. Okay? Now, I have the video. We'll get to the video next, but first I have to give you a little setup as to why I'm talking about this, because I thought this was very interesting. And it basically just covers the dysfunctionality in AEW. It shows you that these guys don't know what they're doing, and whoever's running things there, I mean, it's just, all it is marks running around playing businessmen. You have marks running around playing wrestler, and you have marks running around playing businessman. Okay? And I have for you here a breakdown of what we're going to look at via Dave Meltzer. Okay, these are Dave Meltzer's comments on what he saw on AEW television and how it made no sense. Okay, so let's get to where he's talking about. Okay, so these are the Young Bucks. This is for the uninitiated. Let's make this bigger. For the uninitiated, this is the Young Bucks, okay? A couple schmucks. They're brothers. And they do cool stuff, but that's about it. All right? So let's talk about what happened. On the February 14th episode of Dynamite, the Jackson brothers were in action against the Top Flight. The duo competed in the same white suits that they wore on February 7th, which were covered in Allin's blood from the beatdown angle involving the former TNT champion Sting and the Icon's family. After the match, the former tag team champions threatened to attack Tony Schiavone before Allin made the save. Grabbing the microphone, Allin launched into a tirade on the executive vice presidents. noting that he was rejected for a job in the company while the Bucks' shit friends all got hired. Alin was thankful that there was an EVP in AEW at one point with a sense of brains, not named Kenny Omega. The audience chanted for Cody Rhodes in response, the former EVP who departed in 2022 to sign with the WWE. Why did they shoot the angle? Dave Meltzer asked. Meltzer has heavily criticized the nature of Alin's promo for not providing a follow-up to the bloody beatdown the week before. Okay? I thought that Darby Allin interview was so counterproductive. They ended that show last week with such a hot angle. He comes back and his blood is all over these guys' jackets. Never brings it up. They beat up Sting's sons with a baseball bat. Never brings it up. They beat up Sting and him with a baseball bat, bloodied him up, never brings it up. Basically, his interview was to get Cody Rhodes, the biggest star in WWE, over. Okay? How could you not? It was, and then so he breaks into this thing shitting on Vince Russo. Everyone loves to shit on Vince Russo, even though, he was one of the main heads behind the hottest time in WWE. Okay? He doesn't love wrestling enough for guys like Jim Cornette and blah, 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 blah. Stupid. Even using the Cornette vernacular. This is what Darby Allin did. So it's like they're trying to make Cornette into the babyface when all he's done is shit on that product. I mean, it's great for Cornette, but I mean, what the hell are you doing with this? All friends wrestling. It's like, what's that supposed to mean? And going like, you guys didn't want me. You wanted Brandon Cutler. No idea who Brandon Cutler is. Your buddy, and it was a different EVP that brought me in. It's not Kenny Omega. So they all start chanting Cody. It's like, why did they even shoot that angle? Tell me, why did they even shoot that angle if you're going to ignore what happened last week? They make no mention of it the whole interview. Okay. So, yeah, sounds pretty strange, right? Sounds like nobody knows what the hell they're doing over there in AEW. So let's check out the interview. This is the next week after the beatdown, okay? And you'll see the blood all over the Young Bucks here, all over their jackets. See, it's all over his pants, his shirt, his jacket, his jacket.
Undefeated this year, Nicholas. Holy crap. I think that makes us the top unbeatable tag team in AEW. So I have reason to believe that after beating a team the quality of those guys, great team that they take a shortcut. After beating a team like that, I think it's safe to assume, Tone, that, well, I think we're number one contenders.
And of course, this blood looks awfully fake. I mean, they could have done a better job. Don't you have a bigger budget to get something more realistic looking? I don't know. Maybe you don't.
Well, be that as it may, Sting is not here. Well, there you go. You got your own graphics. Be that as it may, Sting is not here, and he's not here because of the despicable, heinous act.
The despicable, heinous act. You just can't help yourself, can you, Tony? I have to sit every week and listen to you at that desk talk trash about us every single week. You just can't help it, huh? Hey, I happen to think that might be a breach of contract. Yeah. Publicly disparaging the company's EVPs. Are you kidding me? That's unprofessional. That is Bush League, and you know it, Tone.
Definitely a great shot.
What they're doing is Bush League with the Young Bucks.
A $1,000 fine.
Barely got off light.
Do you have a problem with that? You heard me. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I totally forgot how this played out. That's fucking funny.
This doesn't need to be violent. We love you, Tony. Just don't let it happen again. Okay? Let me help you out.
That was so bad.
Help you out.
That's nice to help him out. I mean, it was an accident, maybe by Nick. No, it was not. This
Can you trust him, Tony? Can you?
No. Oh, wait a minute. No, you gotta be kidding me.
Do you know who this is? This is skateboard emo boy, Darby Alin.
With Sting's bat in hand. And look at those cockroaches scurrying. I'd just say shot his life.
He's a little crazy. He's not all there. You'll see.
Young Bucks, remind everybody, what was the original mission statement of AEW? What was the original mission statement of AEW? It was to change the world. Listen, you know when I was homeless and AEW first started, I begged you guys for a job, and you saw nothing in me, yet I had to sit by and watch all your shit friends get hired. Your little California crew. And thank God at the time there was an EVP here with a sense of brains.
Talking about Cody Rhodes, remember?
And I'm not talking about Kenny Omega.
And what did he say?
Kenny Omega.
Not Kenny Omega, so just like the article said, clearly referencing Cody Rhodes. Apparently they start chanting, "We want Cody." Okay, Cody.
Last year, why you resigned to AEW. And what did you say in that interview, huh?
Tell us. Remind us.
Wait. You guys said that you resigned because the travel schedule was light, the money was good. It was no longer about changing the world. The original mission statement was dead. I thought this was all elite wrestling. But it looks like this is all friendship wrestling. You know what? Think about the very first
The Jim Cornette reference.
episode of Dynamite. Darby Allin wasn't on it. You know who was? Brandon Cutler. What the?
No idea who this Brandon Cutler is. No idea.
I don't know what kind of tussles you guys got into at homeschool, but we're talking about Sting's final match. That's what this is about, right? You guys want to be Sting's final match.
You're damn right, man. What are you saying?
I don't think you guys understand what you guys got yourselves into. We're talking about a man that has nothing left to lose. Young Bucks, Darby Allin and Sting, the AEW Tag Championship.
You making it official? Is that official?
It's showtime.
Well, the match has been made for Revolution Sunday, March 3rd. Sting's last match. And he
Okay.
World Tag Team Championship.
All right, so that's the video. That's the clip. All right, so first things first. Yes, that is the shits because again, it doesn't speak to the storyline. Doesn't go with the storyline. He abandons it. You have a lot of. This is just not how you do it. I mean, you set something up, you stick with it. There's no sense of direction, no sense of brains here. There's no sense of them knowing what they're doing going on here. How he went about this interview was so bad. I understand you want to insert some like realism and stuff, but you could still do that within the frame of what the story is, what's going on. I mean, yes, look at the blood here, all this blood, his blood from the week before. and what they did to Sting and him, and I guess Sting's son. I didn't even see it, but this speaks for itself, and the article speaks for itself, right? You still could have brought that realism, which we all like as fans. We like to see that played with. You still could have done that within context of what you're doing. And so that's the shits. That's why that's the shits. But I will say this. Going back to Darby Allin, there's something about this Darby Allin that I like.
You guys said that you resigned because
Like, I like his energy. I like how he moves around the ring. I like the franticness, I guess you could say. So I like that, but when you come out here and start talking all this other stuff and not referencing what happened to you and Sting and Sting's kid the week before, that's just so idiotic. That again, it's not defendable, but I have to be fair, and being fair, I have to admit, I like what I see with Darby Allin in terms of his energy. So that's that. Okay. Now, I said I wanted to mention something about AEW at the beginning of the show. I'm going to get to that now. I feel like I should be following AEW more, particularly on social media, because this company is so loosey-goosey, which is obviously too, not in a good way for things like this right here. Too loosey-goosey. But I also feel like they're loosey, they must be, this is the impression I get, I don't know. They must be loosey-goosey with how they are on social media, how they present themselves, and the things that they say and do on social media. With WWE, these guys are tight. You don't know nothing about these guys. You know nothing. These guys don't say. I feel like the guys in WWE don't give you anything. But I feel like the people in AEW, it might be different. They might be letting it loose, and that's where we're going to get good material. So, I feel like I should be following AEW a little bit more, and particularly their social medias, to really sink our teeth into some of these characters here. Okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about. All right, so, hey, we did it. We got through the wrestling clip, and that wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that painful, right? I think we did a pretty good job. We kept it nice and short and sweet, and we had a little bit of fun, and it was a little nice introduction, I think, into AEW and where I want to go. Going forward with AEW. Okay? So, I'm going to end it there, and I got some other wrestling stuff that I'm going to get to in a little bit. But for now, that concludes this segment.